My great adventure with the Brøndby cattle began in 1983. Cousin Harlan Doeschot Sr. came home from Europe telling me he had found something that would work on my Angus cows. Pella Farms bred our first cows, AI'd to Brøndby bulls, in 1984, with those calves hitting the ground in the spring of '85. If I was unsure of my decision before, with those calves, I knew we had something special. So we needed a plan. How were we going to incorporate or include this new breed in our beef operation? We began in earnest to set a goal of developing a breeding program cattlemen would appreciate, and with these cattle that would make our farm sustainable. I had studied and used Y genetics, Jorgensen breeding, and the Pioneer program in my Angus seed stock days. In later years, I investigated and visited Holden and Cooper herds in Montana, Oldie Cattle Company in Kansas, and Nichols Farms in Iowa. All of these outstanding breeders used a form of line breeding as a foundation for establishing their product line. I wanted that consistency that I saw in these long-standing herds. By their history, I knew it was going to be a very long process. These line breeding protocols helped me concentrate and enhance the positives and identify and eliminate the negatives. We have worked diligently to remove the genetic junk in our herd, not wanting to pass it on to our customers. This form of inbreeding requires focus at all times on the goal and avoiding many distractions as we progress through the years. I have and had personal mentors who helped chart the course for our program. First and foremost is Harlan Doeschot Sr. for his friendship and guidance. Also, his Golden Link herd, where most of my herd's gene pool originated. Second is Dr. Jans Bansma, cattle breeder, animal scientist from South Africa. From his research and years of experience comes our use of linear measurements. PFI has used the tape measure as a selection tool since 1982. He referenced the tape often. He said, "The tape doesn't lie." Dr. Bansma's book, Man Must Measure, is a ready source of instructions. Therefore, function follows form in our program. Third, but not least, is Dr. Mike McDonald, our consultant on linear measurements and nutrition. He linear scored every herd sire and most of the replacements from '86 through 2014. Always a ready advisor, Mike encouraged us to use the pole gene from our Angus beginnings, but not to discriminate on a superior individual just because of horns. Pella Farms has worked tirelessly to avoid single trait selection when determining the direction of our breeding decisions. Our criteria includes the use of pedigree, linear measurements, EPDs, especially Cavanese Direct and Milk, DNA testing, and ultrasound data, then at times indexing them for accurate comparisons within our herd. To add to this great adventure is the discovery over time that animal breeding is not all science and numbers. Objectively, the measures are easy to evaluate, but there is the subjective side of this business. I refer to it as the art form, the confirmation, the structural correctness that the numbers cannot always tell us. I have a visual goal in this endeavor. Personally, I want that look in my cattle. I want to enjoy the trip through the pasture eyeing the new calf crop, or walking the developing bulls, measuring with my eye. As a general rule, PFI desires some refinement in our females, and some mass or masculinity in our male population. I am reminded again of a Bonsma quote, "Hormones change muscle patterns." I have come to the conclusion and belief in the past 47 years in the seed stock business, it is 20% about the animals and 80% about the people we meet. The cattle have brought folks into our lives from all across the country and around the world. Many came as customers, while others because of our common interest in Bronvi cattle. It has been my wish from the beginning of this adventure that our stock made their new owners more successful. There is no better feeling of satisfaction. You have probably noticed by now, I truly love this business, love the cattle, love the people. It has been my privilege to care for these animals the good Lord has blessed me with. And yes, He does own the cattle on 1,000 hills. I thank Him for granting me a loving family who have supported me on this great adventure. God has blessed me, blessed my family, Bronvi cattle, and America.